And Shalom, we the real Hebrew Israelites come out every week to prophesy the downfall of this kingdom, America, which is called the daughter of Babylon, and to teach Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're the Lord's chosen people on the sign, the 12 tribes of Israel. We want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim, Rakakadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of the great millstone camp, teaching us the truth of the Bible. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect scattered around the world. Shalom.
So there's a lot of things going on, like that volcano in the Canary Islands, and a lot of people are getting kidnapped. But that white girl got all the spotlight.
Oh yeah, I was gonna speak upon that too. So
yeah, that's good too. That's good. You're gonna speak on it. But we have to start noticing and taking into consideration that this is the truth, the holy truth. And when the angels come down, it's because, you know, that person, whoever got dealt judgment, was thinking up it's like a rotting corpse. You know, you gotta get rid of it, like, because it'll infect us. Let's say if we were here preaching and there was a bunch of dead bodies, the smell would get to us and it will make us sick. It's called necro something. But the angels have to get rid of that. And you know they're the judges too. So, but it's all about what you believe, because the people in the Canary Islands, they were getting burnt up. They believed in sweet Jesus.
yeah,
Right.
It seems they're going. The law was going into their backyards and pools, and
That's fucking scary. That's called the indignation of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You're over here asleep, or whatever the situation is, boom, the earthquake happens, the volcano erupts. Nothing but judgment, straight judgment, because that lava, if that lava were to come up from here, what would we do? We would fucking run, right? Because there's nothing to stop it. You can't even get a water hose and be like, it's all bad. But once that happens, we have to start running.
you'll feel it.
Yeah, and then they got stores where they sell flammables like hairspray and cooking oil and other stuff that can get hot real fast and add to the flame. Like gasoline gas cans, right? They have them, and that must have been chaotic. So, what do you believe in? Is my question and the name of my lesson. So I'm in John 3:16. Where you maybe get like because everything, all the answers are in the Bible. Crows are going to get their food too. They're hungry.
This is John 3:16. For the Most High so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life.
So there's a whole thing. That word world is cosmos. And if you want to get that word cosmos, when you get into that word, when you get into that word cosmos, it'll tell you that there's a word for. Let me get it in the sword now, because this is a good tool. Have you seen this app? It gives you all of the, like, say, the scriptures, to give you the name, the kind of Bibles, and the scriptures, and then you can set the lesson. Yeah. So the word for world is G2889, and it's cosmos, and that is an apt and harmonious arrangement and constitution, order, or government. And it seems like everything's going fucking nuts, right? Volcanoes exploding. These white boys are going into outer space. They're kidnapping our people. They're torturing us with the medicine that they give us he's supposed to heal us. The food that we eat is poison. But that's the order. And then it says, can you give 1 Peter 3:3? 1 Peter 3:3. So let me just read the scripture where it says, for Yahweh so loved the world, the apt and harmonious arrangement, because he saw us in harmony. He's talking about the Israelite world, the world of the Heavenly Father, the world that's in orbit. And it goes on to say that he gave his only begotten Son. Now this is the point where I'm going to stress, because people believe a lot of crazy things. They believe that he's white, that the angels are white, that the saints, well, the saints are all over the earth, that we're saints. We're all saints. But what's the real color? What do they really look like?
First Peter 3:3, whose adorning let it not be that outward adorning of plaiting the hair, and of wearing of gold, or of putting on of apparel.
See, so it's not a physical thing. Because if you look at people that are in charge, that's what Peter was talking about. It's not the world that, all this nice car, everybody's got money, they don't have problems. It's the people that do have problems. People that have bills, you can't figure out how to pay them motherfuckers. You wake up in the morning, we don't want to go to work, but we have to go to work. We got to do the things that we have to do. But we have help. We're the only ones that have help, because in this world, they'll set us up. Like they'll call you into the office and have a conversation with you, and the next thing you know, you're fucking fired. They didn't give you any reason. They didn't give you any last paycheck or nothing. They just fucked your rights up. But Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and the angels are watching, and they're gonna get the payback. So it's important to know who you're worshiping. So Yahweh gave his only son. What does his son look like? I'm in Revelation 1, and this is a classic. Revelation 1, because this is the part where John writes about what he saw. John's on the floor. He's scared because there's a light that just came. Boom. And all of a sudden, somebody starts talking. You were alone, and then all of a sudden, Yahushua comes. Boom. Scared? Hell yeah. Think about that, the man with the most power in the universe. He comes and shows up, you're not gonna feel it? You're gonna feel it. Your hair's gonna stand up, you're gonna jump. You're gonna jump, baby. Because he has the power. So, and then you'll see, well, this is what John wrote, Revelation 1:12. And I turned to see the voice that spake with me, and being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks. That's the menorah. And that tells you that that's only for the people that came from the land of Israel, known as these people right here, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, cloth with the garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool. So there's wool and white. We did this lesson so many times, we don't even need to look into the dictionary. When it's talking about white, it's that glow. That glow, that shine. Because the scriptures say a man's face shining when something like that when he's in the scriptures, because his face will shine with wisdom. And like wool. So who has hair like wool? Do those Aborigines do? Hell no, they got fucking blonde hair and black ass skin.
Yeah.
I'm fucked, right? So there's got to be a certain people on the planet to look like this description. White like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. He stepped. And patiently waiting. See, man, he's patiently waiting to come back and set things right for him, for himself, and for his Father. And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. So there's his feet, right? As they burn in the furnace. And like, let's say all you could see was my feet because something's in front of me. You can tell what kind of people you're looking at by looking at their feet. And you can tell.
You ever seen an old penny? Yeah, brass too. It's real dark.
It's real dark.
It's real dark.
And there's so many people that you can see have those characteristics. Oh man, that person has woolly hair. Oh man, this is like fine brass right there. And you start to notice. Now, if you guys got any other scriptures, we can just move on to the next one. Oh, Matthew 10:34.
Yeah, I got it. This is the book of Matthew 10:34. Think not that I come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword.
So there you go. He didn't come to just send peace. The peace is going to come in the kingdom. But he has a sword, and he has a couple of swords. He has Esau, and he has the house of David. And he has the angels, and he has the military powers of the old planet. See, so you ain't messing with no schoolboy. You ain't messing with no homosexual. Come on. You can tell when you can get away with shit with somebody has that look in their face like they won't do anything about it. And then there's people that you look at and be like, man, I better not mess with him. Right? And you can tell. So that's the sword. But also, if somebody get Revelation 12 and 7.
I got it recently.
All right, go ahead.
Just backing up on that, this is the book of Malachi 4 and 4. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, and all that do wickedly shall be stumbled. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Most High of hosts, that there shall leave them neither root nor branch. And they come.
Because that means that nobody's going to be around. The roots go deep, but it's like the scriptures say, it's not really talking about the tree. It's talking about the people. Not going to be nothing left. Like, remember in that scene in War of the Worlds when they get zapped and turn into asphalt?
Oh yeah, big.
Yeah. And then Tom Cruise is all covered in fucking, looks like Ashy Larry. He's all covered in ashes. That's going to be what's going to happen.
Like when they cremate people, like all over his body, he had to dust it off.
So, and then in conclusion, my lesson, everybody in the world knows a little bit of something going on. Something strange is going on. The vibe's changing. And that's why I said what I said in those videos during the week. Like, we got to start swinging hammers again. We got to start getting ready to be mobile. It's not going to be bad like you think. The reason why you have to start swinging the hammer so you can get used to the heat. And your body temperature can rise and fall, and it can adjust to the climate.
I was just telling this brother that I like the heat better. I like it when it's summer because your body warms up and you move around and shit. And in the cold, you're all stiff and cold and you can't even move and shit, you know?
Yeah, so just think about this. When you watch movies like vampire movies and someone touches them, they say you're cold. The vampire's always cold. Now, cold can't move, it'll fucking break, right? And scientists call it something about friction. When molecules move, it creates heat, and that's when they're most flexible and malleable. That's when they start moving and having more power when they're heat.
And then too, the fire is what cleans, you know.
Sir.
It's what cleans. And if you just got cold, the cold is not It's not cleaning anything. It's just staying there. You know.
Because you figure it's hot, right?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
It's not burning the germs. You know.
Because your blood has iron, and the iron is just translated into fire. Because it's Fe ferrous, and there's a thing called a ferro rod where you strike it with the flint, and it causes a spark, and that's how people make fire in nature.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're ferro.
Just like the NBA Jam, right?
You're on fire.
He's
Oh,
on
yeah.
fire. And when he was on fire, he never missed.
You can shoot it from anywhere.
Yeah.
You could be on the bench.
No.
Smoking. And then he would say, what? Smoking, or you're on fire. He's hot. He's getting hot.
He's warming up. He's heating up. Yeah, there he goes. He's heating up.
He's heating.
On the second basket, he's heating up.
And that announcer wasn't quiet. He wasn't, he's heating up. He was like, oh, he's heating up. Right? He's getting all into it. So these times are like that. So the prophets are like, it's heating up. He's on fire. Prophecies are coming back to back. Okay, it's like this. If 3 prophecies happen, then he's on, then Yahushua's on fire, right? So right now he's just, and they're all happening. So with this, the honky tonk and the motley crew, man, the hanky panky and the motley crew, that's gonna get you. That's gonna make it real hot, because a lot of people already don't want to take it. Nurses are walking out, even doctors.
Bus drivers.
Yeah, buses. Everybody. Police are quitting. What the fuck are you gonna do? See, and all you have to do is say, you know what, that goes against the First Amendment of the Constitution and the 10th Amendment. Because the first Constitution, well, yeah, that's what I was going to do.
And all those bus drivers and nurses who are not taking it, hey, they're smart enough to know what this thing is, you know.
They did the research at least.
You know, and they're not even in the truth, you know. But
So-
they know what's going on.
So the First Amendment says that you can't abridge religion and all that, press and all that. You can't abridge means piece of writing having been shortened. So you can't take, like it says right here, you're not supposed to take the mark of the beast or the hanky-panky. So the government's just abridging that, making it shorter and saying point A to point B is the hanky-panky. You're going to take that hanky-panky, and later on you're going to take the MOTB. But they can't do that. So they're abridging all that shit, and there's no fucking lawyers jumping up talking, hey, you can't do that. But we're saying it, hey, you can't do that, and we're the only ones getting backlash for it. So that's all I wanted to say about the times we're in. You're getting hot. He's getting so pissed off. He's getting ready to come back because his dad's gonna be like, our father's gonna be like, it's gonna be too late if we wait another minute. Cause that's how you feel, right? That's how I feel. Like, man, anytime they're gonna tell me, bring me into the office and have a fucking medical kit right there. We heard you didn't want to take this.
I'm gonna take it because it's here. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
And I'll fucking flip that shit over.
like how much I did with the tables in the Jerusalem.
Hell, that's crazy. But you know, those times are coming. So that was my lesson.
Yeah, I spoke about the times though, and our people, they're custom with the heathen way. So I just want to speak upon that, the heathens, because our people don't know that they're going out based on what they're doing. Because I wanted to speak upon the heathens today, because if you can hold the first book of Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 11, and can you hold the 44th same chapter?
What first Maccabees?
Yeah, First Maccabees, first chapter and verse 44. Yeah, and in these times, see, that was the times of the Greek captivity, where our people started getting accustomed to the Greek, started dressing like them, started talking their language and things of the matter. So our people, and there's a verse where it says that they were doing evil, there were evil doers at that time, because they're like, hey, you know, we might as well do what, you know, dress like them and do things of the matter like that. So they were evil upon our people, and they were making our people right here go off. So you get the
First Maccabees 11 and what?
yeah, the 1:11.
Oh, one in the middle.
Yeah, it's like chapter 1.
But this one's good too. Hold on, let me get this one and 11. So this is the first book of Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us, for since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
And you see, what's any different nowadays than what was going on before? Nowadays, our people are accustomed to the American way, so they're Americanized. So the thing of the matter is, they're so off though on their true nationality that they don't even know they're sinning. You know?
That's right. They think they're doing good because that's what they say. That that's good.
Yeah.
They're eating the pork chop with the applesauce, watching the football game. I feel good.
Yeah, and they're putting on their jerseys today to watch probably. I don't know if there's a football game, but they're putting on their jerseys, getting ready to watch the game. Instead of watching the game, they're supposed to be watching us and letting them know. Yeah, what did they say? Diligently, times diligently, measure the time diligently. So they're not doing none of that. Because why? Because they're so used to the heathen way that on Sundays they're gonna cook up, barbecue up, and watch the football, put on a jersey, and watch that. Instead of watching our videos and getting edified, but instead they're doing that though. So that's our people going off because they're Americanized. See? So what's any different from these times that what's going actually on right now?
I got a precept for you. This is Jeremiah 10 and 2. Thus saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them.
See?
That's what our people did. They're still making deals with them.
Yes.
They're still making deals.
And that one deal that they're making is trying to get that hunky tonk hanky so they can continue to live like chumps.
Yeah, which is true because there's a precept where Yahushai because our people, imagine telling one of our people saying, he works for a big company and he has a big mansion, a yacht, 5-10 cars.
Gold teeth.
Yeah. And they tell him at his job, hey, you gotta take that Vicky Venom, how Pastor Mark calls it, the Vicky Venom, in order to keep your job. You think that person's gonna be like, well, yeah, nah, I'll take it though because I don't want to lose all this right here, what I have. They won't do that though because they don't follow them, so they don't want to lose their possessions. That's just the way it is with our people. And I got a precept about that. This is the book of Maccabees 19 and 21. Yahushua said unto him, if thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast and give to the poor, and thou hast have treasure in heaven, and come and follow me. Reading on. But when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, for he had great possessions. See? You think they want to lose all that though? For Yahushua?
The same way, Biden's telling you, take this, or you ain't, or you're gonna lose all your possessions.
Yeah.
That's scary to hear, right? But what's prompting him to say that? He's a fucking Edomite. One, he's a goddamn devil, represents your people, Edomites, and he's going against our Father. The way of the heathen is right there.
So we have to put away that vaccine and put away all these treasures.
Yeah.
Let me get this. This one's good. This is St. John 8 and 40. But now ye seek to kill me, a man that had told you the truth, which I have heard of Yahweh. This did not Abraham. So we're telling our people, look, that guy who wants to give you the thank you, big head, I'm going to get you all the targets. That's on tape.
They want to kill us.
Fuck you, niggas. Fuck you.
They really don't care about our house.
Yeah, they don't. Can you get the one?
This first Maccabees 144.
Chapter
first, I said it like,
Oh,
but
okay.
first verse, chapter 44.
First
Chapter 1, verse 44. For the king had sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah that they should follow the strange laws of the land.
See, so this big venom that they're trying to put on our people, what's any different from the precept that his brother said? Because they wanted to do it their way though, the heathen way, but that's making our people go off because what he said right now was what they're doing something there, because they're like, you might as well apprehend with us so you can be like us. We ain't trying to do that with Vicky Venom, so that's what he's doing all that.
And it said the king has sent letters. That's the same thing they're doing right now. What's he doing? He's signing all these laws,
Decrees.
sending all these letters to your houses.
If you don't think he's the king, you're out of it. You're in space right now. Your brain cells aren't functioning. There's not enough oxygen in your brain.
You didn't have what's called presidents in the ancient world. You know?
And even in Rome, that's where they get the whole ruler that gets elected from. Because they have to choose, and they have the Senate, they have the Congress, they have everything. They have the architect. So how are you gonna say it's not?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Can you get give me this 20
And ye shall not walk in the manners of the nation which I cast out before you, for they committed all these things, and therefore I abhorred them.
See? So he abhors them. He don't want you to follow the heathen customs though, because that it'll make you go off though, because you don't want to be doing that. But you don't want to listen and hear us out. You don't want to listen to this truth. So therefore, what I read earlier about the book of Malachi 4 and 4, you're going to be that root, that branch that is out of here. So that you don't want to be doing customs of this though, the heathens, because all they're doing is making our people go out. Because our people, there's cursed or blessed, and we're blessed if we do all the commandments in the Bible. But if we don't, that makes us cursed. So we want to make sure that we're following the commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because if not, we're going to be cursed. Look at the book of Deuteronomy 28, all the curses that say there. That's all our people, right? That's strictly to our people, because I was actually hearing the brother's video of Yahushai Zion, and he talked about that girl Gabby Petito, and he put the video saying that there was a mother. She was she was like a Gadite, I think, and she said that 2 of her daughters went missing, and they didn't make no national news of much how they did with Gabby Petito. And so she said if they would have covered half of what they did for that girl Gabby Petito, which she is Edomite, they probably would have found her 2 daughters. But the brother got into it and said that, well, you know what? I noticed that these 2 girls that went missing, they had 2 different last names. So therefore, they had 2 different fathers from the same woman. So that was the curses upon them 2 and the mother that happened to the 2 girls. Can't feel sorry for them though. Can't feel sorry for them because that was the affliction that they got. And yeah, so it was 2 last names though the 2 daughters had though. And I wanted to speak upon I don't know if you guys remember the lady Vanessa that was in the Marines and she got chopped up from that Jake. I think she was an Ishmaelite. So she was, if the mother and sister would have not said anything about her daughter being missing, it would have been kicked under the carpet. But see, the mom brought hell and the daughter did too. They kept asking, where's the daughter, where's the daughter? They went to that place where she was stationed at and they didn't make national news. But if she would have not pushed the issue, the mom and the daughter, the other sister, it would have been pushed under the carpet though. It would have not made news. But see the difference between an Edomite and a woman that's from our tribe, from the Israel. there's a big difference though, and it just goes to show who the elites actually or they care about, because they don't care about our people.
You won't be able to defend yourself when we bring this accusation up in front of your house. What are you gonna say? You come from that land? Bullshit. Gadites are from this land. Ishmaelites are from this land. What are you gonna say then? She wasn't a national? She probably was an American citizen, you dingus. There's nothing that you're gonna be able to say to get out of this. You're man, you gotta fry like chicharrones.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's gonna make this guy regret. Well, he's not even gonna regret. That's why we have to burn him up in 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Consistently fucking up.
Yeah, so it just goes to show that the difference between, a Edomite and our people that go missing. Because one of the brothers too Googled how many missing, I think he put black women, and there was a whole lot of them. A whole lot of them were missing, never found or whatever. Why?
Still missing.
Yeah, to this day. But if it takes one 22-year-old Edomite woman that goes missing, it makes national fucking news.
It was a whore too.
Yeah, she was. It was. So that's the thing. They gotta realize though that the heathens, when we're trying to get at the heathens, don't care about these people right here. They don't care about the people right here.
Yeah, because Gadites have different customs and different beliefs. So that guy, that woman might have been praying, but still, like it's
Just like it reminds me of that movie Boys in the Hood. He said, one less nigga we have to worry about.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Don't Be Menaced. They're all those movies are from real life. Nobody made those up.
He said, too bad you didn't get him. It'd be one. Too bad you didn't kill him. It'd be one less nigga out here we have to worry about.
And this is Job 4:7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off. So we got protection is why you're supposed to be up in these scriptures and calling on the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. That's why we can come out here and say, look, this, that, and the other. Because Gabby Pachito is an Edomite. And this country is for Edomites, run by Edomites, showing you that they're only going to help Edomites. They're going to help your black asses. They're going to help none of us.
Yeah, because in that movie Boys in the Hood, the last scene, I think, remember, Ice Cube was talking to people here, and I think he told something like, they don't care what's going on in the hood, or something like that.
He said either they don't know,
Yeah.
they don't show, or they don't care what's going on in the hood.
They don't care.
That was the last scene. In the movie, though.
Because he wasn't on the news. His brother was not on the news, and he got killed.
Yeah. Can you get like Ezekiel 23 and 30?
Ezekiel 23 and 30. I will do these things unto thee, because thou hast gone a whoring after the heathen, and because thou art polluted with the